argument says that children will be exposed to vulgar music by their parents while in the car, and that music played on public radio makes males believe it's acceptable and normal to degrade and use women. We intend to prove that there isn't a problem with radio, as changing it would have a lot of pushback from both the artists as well as the viewers. The affirmative says that they are not planning on censoring the music on the radio. Instead, they're going to ban any vulgar music regardless of whether it has actual vulgar language or not. Hence, they would, instead of bleeping out certain lyrics or parts of lyrics on songs, they would rather take off all of the songs and take out all the songs entirely. Regardless of whether it has any actual vulgar language or not, we think that this plan is unnecessary and will only cause problems in the future. On the affirmative side, they say that children are exposed to vulgar music through their parents who do not care. If the parents do not care when listening to public radio in the car, what's going to stop them from playing it at home? Kids will be exposed to said music even without public radio, so the argument that the only way to stop female degradation in our society is to ban said music is invalid. Banning vulgar music from public radio might be the first step, but it would still make the artists and the listeners of the music very upset. With the music banned from public radio, people would simply start supporting the artists of said music more by having to go out and buy their music in stores or online. A main problem with this music, according to the affirmative, is the degradation of women and the influence it has over young minds. But women themselves listen to this said degrading music. The music itself doesn't cause people to act out against women or do drugs. If this was true, high schools would be full of criminals and violence against women, because nearly everyone is exposed to it in schools. Music doesn't make a person, whether they listen to clean music or vulgar music. They would still be the same person who is capable of such behavior. Usually, in violent and or degrading music, people listen to that music for the lyrics. It's hard to hear opinions that they agree with. Some people simply listen to it for the beat. Not everyone who listens to the certain type of music are bad or violent. Also, even if children or teenagers hear the music in the car or in stores, they go home with their own music tastes and playlists that they listen to. Just because they hear it doesn't mean it's going to influence them when they leave the car or store eventually and go home and listen to what they enjoy. When different friend groups sit in the car or when children are in the car with parents, isn't a main argument over what they're going to be playing on the radio. And if the children aren't old enough to have a music choice, which is more than likely would be songs from morning cartoons, they don't even understand the vulgarity in the music their parents are listening to, so how can they be influenced? Whether or not it's on the radio isn't going to stop the group of people who do enjoy it, including women, from finding other means of listening to it. Banning music from the radio would not solve the problem. It would just cause people and artists to become angry and make the music even more popular because people enjoy something more when it isn't allowed, like the punk revolution of the 90s. We must not allow said vulgar music to be banned from public radio. It would only cause more and more problems. Thank you. I'm going to